Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video about my new DS-15 Darkstorm Industries DS-15 Typhoon featureless New York compliant rifle. Now I'm not a big gun guy. This is actually my first ever gun purchase, so I just wanted to make a quick video because I did a lot of research. There's a lot of information online. There's a lot of people that shit on Darkstorm Industries DSI. I know the history there. You might know it, might not. There's a bunch of people that are sort of upset that DSI makes a fixed mag, permanently fixed mag version of this rifle to make it New York State compliant. And there's some, I don't know how true it is or not. Some people feel as though that DSI is sort of taking advantage of the New York Safe Act for profit. There's some stuff that you'll find online about a letter from the New York State Police that they published a few years back. So there's a lot of toxicity if you search specifically New York State forums. You're not going to find a lot of good things for a lot of hardcore guys about DSI. But to be honest with you, I knew I wanted a featureless rifle. I knew some of the things that I wanted, and I went around to 3 gun shops on Long Island. Nobody had anything in stock. DSI was the last place I went. They had rifles in stock. I was able to do my background check, make my purchase, and walk away with the rifle I wanted. The guys in the store were great. Everyone was really nice. I explained to them that I was a first-time purchaser, didn't have a lot of experience. They took the time to walk me through, cleaning the rifle and, its features. I had done a lot of, YouTube searching, a lot of research, so I was fairly comfortable with how to handle the rifle. So I just got back from the range today for the first time. I went back to DSI to shoot. They have a 50-foot indoor range. Had a good experience there. Told the range officer that it was my first time shooting there. Went over a couple of things, and just went at it and had a great time. I put 200 rounds through it. The break-in period, that's another thing people sort of say that the break-in period for the DSIs are a little silly. I think they say 200 to 500 rounds. I put 200 through it. I had one failure to feed, which I think might have actually been my fault. But other than that, everything was completely smooth from the first shot to the last. I was working on zeroing in these mag pull iron sights, but it's a short range, so it was, I did my best. These are my groupings. Again, first time ever firing an AR variant at all for me. First time firing any weapon since I was a kid, 20 something years ago. I was working on trying to get it sighted in at 100 yards, and I was working at about 50 feet, so I was looking at maybe an 1.5 inch drop, which seems like I'm probably there. I'll see if I can take it to an outdoor range and see what I'm working with, but I was pretty happy with everything for the first time. So I just wanted to give a quick review. like I said, I'm not a huge gun guy, so but I knew, I kind of knew what I wanted. The Thurston stock Gen 2. For me, it's comfortable. Again, I don't have a pistol grip AR myself. I don't have experience shooting one, so I'm sure for guys that have the pistol grip, going to the rifle stock is, probably cumbersome. But I don't have a frame of reference. So for me, I really wanted featureless. It was important for me to be able to have a removable magazine. It was important for, this is, I'm a somewhat new homeowner, so I wanted a weapon for home defense and, having some fun. So for me, the utility of removable mag, I got an extra one. I'm probably going to buy a couple more because unfortunately in New York State, not only are we reduced to some of this ridiculousness, but we're also reduced to a 10-round magazine. So for those of you who are not in New York, the restrictions of the New York Safe Act: can't have a conspicuous pistol grip. You can't have a thumb hole grip. This does not. There's an opening here, so it's not a thumb hole stock, which this is not. So no pistol grip, no foregrip, and you can't have any muzzle device at all. In California, they're at least allowed to have muzzle brakes, compensators. You cannot have them in New York, even if they're pinned or welded. Can't have them. So the fact that there's no grip and there's no muzzle device means that I can have a removable magazine. The other version of this rifle that's New York compliant that DSI sells is a version that does have a pistol grip, does have a collapsible stock, does have a muzzle device. It has all the features that you'd want, except it's missing the mag release. It's not even pinned, it's missing it. They manufacture it. They manufacture these lowers themselves, they're billet, and they completely are missing the mag release altogether. That's too far for me. That's the reason why I wanted a featureless. I also wanted a gun that hopefully when the Supreme Court overturns this nonsense law, then that if I wanted to, I can throw a pistol grip on and have a functioning working rifle. Now supposedly, if you move out of state or if the law has changed, if you do get their fixed mag version, I think for $100 they'll switch out the lower for you. Now listen, especially as there's a lot of culture here associated with this platform and people online. Obviously, being quote unquote a noob, I spent a lot of money on this rifle. This was, I believe, in the $1,200 range. Everyone will tell you, oh no, just build your own platform. You're crazy. You can have 2 rifles for that price. I wasn't quite ready to build my own rifle. If you've seen some of my other videos, you can see that I'm, a fairly handy guy. I started making these videos once I bought a home because, I have that DIY spirit. But really, for me, I wanted to get into the game with, a rifle. And you know what? I'll probably build one. I will probably build one myself. I'll probably build a fixed mag version. And I'll probably just put a mag lock on it so it can be converted. That'll probably be my second rifle. It'll probably cost me about $500. But for what I wanted, this is pretty much exactly what I wanted, and I was willing to pay for it. If there was cheaper versions that I could walk right into a store and purchase, maybe would have went for it. But like I said, I stopped at 3 other gun shops on Long Island before going into DSI, and no one had any stock. And they were kind of pushing me towards what they did have. Everyone was pushing me towards a fixed mag, which I think is because that's more popular. A lot of people like their features. You know, I'm so used to looking at it like this, you know, from all the research that I've done. You know, it's an abomination, but it's grown on me. You know, you guys in free states are, you know, probably gagging a little bit, but this is what we have to deal with. And I'm sure a lot of you guys that don't have to make the choice probably would agree that having it attached to a magazine is the best way to go. So yeah, that's, you know, that's sort of it. The gun itself, you know, almost zero noticeable kickback. I don't, like I said, don't have a baseline to really go on, but without the muzzle brake, you know, I did experience a little bit of muzzle rise, but again, you know, literally the first time shooting this platform of rifle, so that's just probably, you know, some form of inexperience on my part as well. While I was there, when I purchased a rifle, I also picked up this bag. This is, you know, great. It's actually a two rifle bag. It has this compartment here with some pockets in it if you have some handguns and plenty of storage. I overpaid. DSI charged me, I think this was maybe $65. You can get the same bag on Amazon, I think, for $49 or $50. But you know, I walked in empty-handed and came out with a rifle, and I needed something to transport and store it. Also made sure that I got this bolt lock. My wife would have killed me if I came home and didn't have anything to secure the weapon. You know, I showed her how the rifle works, went through drive functions, you know, that she felt comfortable. Now, this is a woman who is, up until now, has, you know, never envisioned owning a gun, was very anti having a gun in the house. After showing her how the weapon works, had her, you know, dry cycle the weapon, you know, her response to me was basically, I don't know how anyone ever has any accidents because it takes so many steps to get the gun to actually work. You know, I explained all the, you know, all the silliness with the SAFE Act to her, and she didn't even know that this was an AR platform. You know, she is susceptible to the media, and it wasn't until a week after I purchased the gun that she even realized that what we owned was an AR variant. It just goes to show, you know, sort of the hysteria around the whole gun debate and people not knowing, quite frankly, their ass from their elbow. If I would have told her it was an AR when I brought it into the house, she probably would have been, you know, way more against the weapon. But after, you know, handling it and talking through it and showing her, you know, how the magazine works and explaining to her all the different features and what makes it a New York Safe compliant and not, you know, she felt, you know, first of all, she saw the absurdity of the law, and she felt very comfortable with the weapon in the house. So that's it. Sorry if I rambled on a little bit, but, you know, just wanted to give you guys some feedback there. Now, like I said, just got back from the range. If you're in the area of DSI, Oakdale, Long Island, and you want a, you know, friendly, non-intimidating experience, the range was great. Actually, there was two police officers shooting next to me, and I inspired them to rent an AR after I started, you know, started in my lane with mine. They sort of made a comment to me, and then next thing you know, 20 minutes later, they had rented one and they were having some good fun. So yeah, pretty cool. Happy with it. Just, you know, I see this as another tool, just like all the other tools that I have in my house. You know, I keep it safe. I keep it locked away, and it's got a purpose. And I also plan on using it for fun. I had a great time today. But just like anything else, just like, you know, power tools, electric tools, treat it with respect, and use it for its intended purposes. So, all right, that's it, guys. Thanks.